What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubeverse? I am back once again. I am a hippie. My name is Nick, and most of the channel here of what I do is around here. I say our because I'm looking at the cat and thinking the animals and all of us together. Most of this channel about everything of our day to day is not just myself, but all my animal friends as well. The living room, you know, I got the fish tank right there. The lights are off, so it's got a lot of glare and stuff. But I had them lights on all day. Scabbers is still hanging out in here. I put this around because what I just be doing lately is I just kind of let him run around and stuff here and there, you know? Just open these up and let him kind of do his thing. He's kind of old, so he doesn't need as much space as he does normally. When he was younger, about a year or so ago. Hi, buddy. Here's a little Scabbers. Now, like I always say, even though I say this every video, I feel like if I don't say it, someone's always going to have to ask me, why is he by himself? He has PTSD. He was attacked by another rat, and when he was living at PetSmart and everything, before he can find his forever home, and because he was attacked so bad, he does not like other animals. You can even look at his tail. His tail, you can see, doesn't have the normal tip at the end. It doesn't taper off like it normally should. That's because this poor little guy had his tail bitten off at the end from that fight. The scars and stuff on his body are covered by his fur now, but when he was younger, he was all tore up. So because of that terrible experience with another cage mate, and I say cage mate because PetSmart did crowd animals that size into enclosures smaller than this and expected two full-grown male rats not to fight. So, that is why he's here. He's old though, and once he does move on, I'll just go ahead and not get another one. Especially because the stores I work at now, we don't do rats or mice. We only do frozen for pet snakes and stuff, but we don't sell rodents of that design normally. The rodents we sell are usually guinea pigs, you got, you know, hamsters and gerbils. And that's pretty much all we sell at the stores I work at. And then, of course, they sell bunnies and stuff too, but they are not considered rodents. They're lagomorphs. Different mammal of the food chain, of the tree of life and everything too, but different animal altogether. And I've done explanations about what the difference is before. I am more than happy to do it some more if anyone has questions about that. I always love comments when they ask questions. Even the silly, obvious ones, or silly, obvious ones. I say that because as long as you're being honest, there's no such thing as a bad question. Everyone learns at some point or another. So I had another question just recently. Let me show you. So someone was asking me, and this is an amazing question because this is controversial about how you should do your substrate for your leopard geckos. I started with lizard carpets, and I did lizard carpet for 3 to 4 years. So when lady was 4 or 5, I switched to this. The reason I switched to this substrate was because she was not shedding too well. She got stuck toe shed. So what I wound up doing is I gave her a humid corner over here and everything. You can see the isopods kind of running around doing their thing. I do have some cobwebs in here. Those spiders were quick. I cleaned these out 2 days ago. But I have springtails and isopods. The isopods I have are the powder orange ones. They're cute little guys. And you can see there's babies and stuff too. Those little guys crawling around. So this is a thriving community. And I do that because I do introduce new isopods every 6 to 8 months to keep the genetics lively and healthy. I do that for both the springtail and isopods. So when you are picking your substrate for your leopard gecko, you want it to be very loose. You want it to be able to fall through your fingers without much work in it at all, you know? And I also will recommend you don't want your leopard gecko as a juvenile in substrate like this. Because as juveniles, they are more curious, they're more likely to lick at things because part of their sensory is licking things. And I know she's in her log right here, but I'm not trying to disturb her or anything. But it did take a lot of research. I took a lot of considering. I looked at a lot of different YouTubers and stuff on animal YouTubers specifically, like Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles. We have Clint's Reptiles. We have Snake Discovery. We have the Bosniak channel. There's so many more. but I cross-referenced 5 to 6 channels to find a substrate that I felt confident would work best with my little lady. Now, some of the clumps you're seeing here is because I do have moss and things mixed into here too, and that is more so for the isopods and springtails. But the big clumps that they're at, she doesn't eat those. If she does get them in her mouth, I've seen her spit those out. So if tiny, tiny bits do get into her system, it passes through very easily. And I always check, because in the humid section, you can see bits of waste. Now, the white spots are urates, and there are some little poop things in there. I'm not going to point it out, because I'm sure you all don't care to see too much. But if you know, you can kind of see it. Let me just clear these real quick, actually. These cobwebs don't need to be there anymore. You can always do. The good thing about vivariums is you don't have to clean up. But the downside is you're always having to fix little things here and there, because not just for your own little animal, but all the other things outside of your animal's enclosure want inside now, because it's pretty much a nice little cozy area, and everyone wants a piece of a nice safe area. And then we'll close that up. Another fun fact and a thing to really look out for: cats and stuff. Animals that will actually get into the enclosures and possibly hurt your animals just out of habit, out of instinct. Don't worry, lady, the cat's not there. Hi, you. I closed up her enclosure, locked up, sturdy, non-compromised top, and also Rorschach here does not stay out here unless I'm here. And right now, he's running around right now, but only because I'm doing a lot of stuff. He's going to go right back in the room in a bit. I do not really keep him out here too long, because just right now I'm doing a lot, and he just wound up out here. So I didn't argue. I stopped trying to push him back in the room. Let him explore a bit, and then we're going to go back in a bit. And the next thing I'm going to be showing you guys real quick is the fish tank. Right now is in an in-between on stuff. Another little bloom happened, and I had to move stuff around and whatnot. But everyone who did survive the ick is doing good. You can see I got a lot of these tiny little Malaysian snails. Now there's nighttime coming out. I'm about to start grabbing some and pulling them out. What I'm going to do is I've seen videos of mystery snails that actively eat baby snails. So we have gotten mystery snails recently at my store, because they're outlawed in Georgia, but Florida is able to sell them. So we do have a source of a sort of hatchery or something from Florida that allows us to get the mystery snails in. So I'm going to put a mystery snail in here, because the yo-yo loaches, man, they just lazy. They don't care. They eat the good food. I mean, they don't even attack the ghost shrimp or anything. This colony is huge. Got so many ghost shrimps. And that's okay. I seem to have very good luck with ghost shrimp and everything. The Neocarandina species I've done okay with too, but ghost shrimp have just been so easy for me to take care of, man. So that's why I keep them. Not just because they're the cheapest, but also because they're super cool. They're see-through. You can actually understand the anatomy of a shrimp just by watching these things move around. Now, this one being as big as she is, this is a female. Males will be smaller with more of a narrow sort of like abdomen. And why is this foggy? Well, the algae bloom and stuff, but also I kind of let this happen. This tank is nothing but some loaches, some plants, and 2 guppies. One male right here. That's the male who had his fins all torn up. I was really worried about him. He's the only one who survived the ick, and his fins healed and everything. He's doing so good. His colors got back to normal. So the one who I was most worried about is the one most thriving. And then my special little girl, she's in here somewhere. She got a curved spine. I got her from the store that way. I don't breed guppies or anything. I do not breed fish. But there have been times where I have purposely taken in, obviously, inbred guppies and so on, trying to help things out and make things better for them. So that's pretty much it for today, for like a little bit of the roundabout. I wanted to do something a bit different for the vlog, you know, show you some more of the animals and stuff, because I did have a moment today where the roommate's not here. I can go about and do things without interrupting anybody. And I was working today, and I was dead at 10 to 6, so it's like a 9 to 5 kind of deal, but you know, I ain't gonna stop on just that. No way, we gotta keep it moving. but the animals are doing good. And with the tank and stuff, it's always going to be kind of dirty and nasty. I'm appealing to bottom dwellers. They don't like the clear, non-murky waters. So I'm thinking moving forward with this tank, it's going to be a bit murky, it's going to be a bit cloudy, and that's okay. The plants are thriving, the animals that are still there are doing great. So just because it doesn't look exactly like that crystal clear water that everyone looks forward to when you have a cichlid or a discus tank of some sort, that's okay. We appeal to the creatures we look after, not the other way around. And with that, I hope you all are having a good one. I know life can be tough out there. Just keep pushing to the next day no matter how hard it gets, you know? Because you got your tomorrow, you got a chance to make it better. With that, peace out. Hope you all are having the best that you got out there.